One of the best ways to learn fingerboarding is to observe others. Here are 6 fingerboarders who you can learn from to become a better fingerboarder. I will say every fingerboarder here is on my list of favorite fingerboarders. I picked these fingerboarders specifically because they do things that you can utilize to improve your own fingerboarding and help you stand out from the crowd. But before we begin, I would love to hear from you all. What aspects of your fingerboarding are you working on to improve? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you have to say. So first up out of Finland is Joonah. Joonah has many areas in which he excels. First, he is creative, both in terms of trick selection, but also his use of obstacles. Second, he is unafraid to explore different finger positionings. He's really pushing the boundary on what is possible with a fingerboard. Take, for instance, this trick on a miniature yellow chair. Are you kidding me? Noselide, laser, noselide? And I also believe he does a noselide, laser, tail slide on the opposite side in this other clip. Man, that is just insane. Our next fingerboarder has released many legendary video parts on YouTube, has been making a big impact on Instagram as well. And that is WOOOAH. In every video part he makes, he pushes what is possible with fingerboarding. To me, he is the master of late variations, nollie and switch lasers. But on top of that, he also does creative tricks like double nollies and faking no complies on transition. There's just so much creativity that he uses. And this is all while making it look super easy, stylish, and smooth. If you've tried to do some of these tricks, you will know how tricky these are, and he makes it look like nothing. Next up, we have Mitch Rushing. He's kind of like a combination in a way of both Joonah and WOOOAH. He does so many ridiculous combos, popping them from awkward finger positionings. And he also does these crazy laid back finger 360 inwards. But he does them into combos too, which is wild. If you look at his Instagram, you'll see some of the craziest combos you will ever see. He's really pushing the limit on what is possible with fingerboarding. Next up, we have somebody who's considered one of the best and most stylish fingerboarders for well over a decade now. And that is Adrian Witzel, aka Monomore FB. Adrian really pushed his trick difficulty the entire time he's been around. I remember meeting him in person back in around 2010, and he was doing some of the craziest combos like nollie varial heel into backside tail and stuff like that. He was just on a whole other level then, and he's still on a whole nother level now. Additionally, he also uses obstacles and objects in a unique manner as well. He's very creative in how he sessions things. One thing he did do in fingerboarding is change how no complies were done back in around 2009, 2010. Before this point, people would be lifting their finger off and tapping the tail of the board. He actually figured out you could use pressure and tension to cause the pop for no complies. Later on, he also showed the world how to heel flip out of backside tail slides in a super stylish way. One thing I'd like you guys all to notice is in this clip, how Adrian approaches the rail on the switch flip backside sugar cane. He pops the trick as he's almost mid-rail. His hand is basically touching the rail at this point. This is so much more difficult to do the trick this way, and to do this, you need to be comfortable popping from an upright position. But also, you need to maintain that accuracy to lock into that sugar cane. Next up is another legend, straight out of the USA, is Linehan, aka Hands and Stuff. I've known Jay for, well, probably around 20 years at this point. Jay's fingerboarding is fast, it's precise, creative, and impromptu. And what I mean by impromptu is that Jay will land the trick he is trying, which is usually a very difficult trick, and then after that trick, he will continue flowing and follow it up immediately with another insane trick. The area in Jay's writing that impresses me the most is his quickness, while still maintaining precision at the same time. His quickness is aided by the ability to land in a manner that allows him to perform his next trick. Additionally, he is able to pop tricks in awkward finger positionings as well. He's practiced these a ton, and that's something you all can do as well. Next on our list, straight out of Japan, is Koichi, aka Jap FB. I've been a big fan of Koichi's for a few years now. He has found a way to truly capture the skate video vibe with his trick selection, his film choice, and his video editing. When I watch Koichi fingerboard, I can just imagine a skateboarder doing the exact same tricks. Now, there are two items I want to point out about Koichi's riding itself. First is his flow. Notice that he maintains a realistic speed throughout his riding. Additionally, look at his approach when he approaches obstacles. It seems very realistic to me. Second, he has become a master at popping tricks from the cross-arm position while maintaining that precision that's so important. Just take a look at this trick. Fakie 180 over the rail to land in a 5-0, down the hubba, and then 180 out. That trick is so much more difficult than Koichi made it look. He had to go over the rail and lock in perfectly to 5-0 on that hubba. That's so awkward to do, and that's amazing that he was able to get it that clean. Additionally, he's not afraid to get even more awkward with it. This fakie noseslide 180 is popped from the upside down position, and he maintains a realistic trick height and speed throughout the process. I can assure you that is not an easy trick to do. And the last rider on our list is none other than Bubbleflip. If you are looking for a fingerboarder that excels in precision, this is your guy. Bubbleflip does a ton of freestyle fingerboarding, and it is safe to say that he is the best in the world in that riding style. To be honest, I don't think there's anybody even close to as good as him at that. He's extremely creative, and you can also tell he is very clinical in his precision. He pushes himself by doing trick consistency challenges, and that really showcases his mental approach to fingerboarding. He does tricks that no one else in the world can do on a fingerboard. And not only that, he can do them consistent enough to do them in the middle of a fingerboard freestyle ride. It is truly mind-boggling to me. The lesson I'm trying to impart on you in this video is that each rider that we've covered so far fingerboards in their own way. They don't conform to what most fingerboarders do. They aren't afraid to fingerboard the way that they want to. Without people doing things differently, fingerboarding would be super boring, guys. Also, another lesson here is that no matter how good you are at fingerboarding, there's always room to improve. Jay and Adrian have been some of the best fingerboarders for over 15 years at this point, and they're still pushing themselves and still learning and exploring new avenues. There's so many places you can explore in fingerboarding. Different arm positionings, different finger positionings, trick frequency, creative obstacle usage, etc. The aforementioned riders all continue to drive towards improving, and it truly shows in their riding. Thank you all for watching this video. If you've enjoyed this video, please tap that like button and let me know in the comments. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, tap that notification bell. I have so much cool content coming down in the pipeline. I'm sure you won't want to miss it.